get at it. So first of all, since this is going to be the highlighted side, I need to just put in white right over here. Back into more white. I'm going to do it one more time. So I'm just pulling this in one direction to kind of make it look like rays of light coming from this top corner. I think that's good. Should be good. All black for you. I don't know why. Everything's working fine on my end. Just push refresh on your thing. Alright, so now I'm going to start making some trees off here in the background. I want those to be really, really light. So our mixture is phthalo green and Van Dyke brown. So I think the farthest away layer, I'm going to have like really, really light Van Dyke. And then I'll have a little bit of like a lighter phthalo green and Van Dyke mix. And then when it gets out here, what will I do? I don't know what I'm going to do then. Just going to kind of make it up. Let's see, what would be the best way to do that? I need to go from warm to cool. So it'd be brown to green. So I do brown and then the mix and then just straight green. This should be the way to do it. But I guess we'll find out. I want this to be a very, very pale brown. This is going to be way back in the distance. So, I don't know, something like that should work. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Alright, so I'm just going to put in some very basic shapes. Just so you can barely make them out. About like that is good. There you go. So now I'm going to grab the script liner brush. There it is. It was hiding underneath a brush. Get a lot of paint thinner and thin this down so it's almost like water. Let me get it really thin. And then roll the bristles through it. And that'll bring it out to a nice sharp point. So I'm just going to put in some little sticks and twigs back here. Just kind of give the little indication of some branches and tree trunks and stuff. And we have those in. Do a couple more, like right down here. Alright, now we have those. We can put some highlights on them. So to do that, I'm just going to take that same color and add some more white to it. I'll just do it over here on the side. I want this to be even lighter than that original color. Be a nice little highlight color. Alright. So I'll go into the big brush. I'm just loading the corner of the brush. See, just that top corner. So then you're just going to touch where you want a little bit of highlight to be. Not much though. These are still pretty far away. Okay, so there's one little layer. Now we need to do the layer closer. So for that, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know why it's all black for you. I mean, it's racist for you to say that it's black, bro. But whatevs. You do you. Alright, that'll be the highlight color. And then I think that will be the next layer forward. I'm just going to use that same dirty brush. Alright, we're going to do another layer. And you can't really see that green too well. into that dark color. Should be better. Alright, that's the next little layer. That's our highlight color right there. So I think I need to wash the brush finally. Alright, nice and dry. I think I'm going to need a lot more of this highlight color. So mix up some more of it. Some titanium white. Give it a good mix. Alright, that should be good. I think I might even put a little liquid white on here. Just because this is a really thick paint that's on it already. And this will just help loosen it up a little bit. Alright. Nice and soft. Nice and soft. Alright, so now I'm going to go back into the script liner brush. Get some paint thinner. Go into that highlight color. I'm just going to put a couple little sticks and twigs coming out here and there. So little birdies and squirrels have a place to sit. It's kind of wherever you want them. Alright, that's good. That's good. Alrighty. What are you gonna do with it, Tokes? Figured I'd deglaze that pan. About a half cup of red wine. Dude, I watched all those fucking Food Network clips last night after you said that. I forgot how funny that episode was. I was dying, dude. When Sharon like blocks the channel and he's like, I know! God! I mean, I didn't know that's why it was being blocked. I wasn't watching it. Good old Randy. The old Marsher. Alright, so now I'm going to start putting in just like the rough branches out on this part. I'm going to do this side. So if I'm going to have like this be a little path down here, that's going to be like grassy stuff. So I guess I could put a couple little bushy things right here. It's the same, could be done over here as well. So then I'll have it like that. And then this side is going to be really hard lit. And this side will be pretty dark. It should work. Should work. So what this one is, folks, it's like there's going to be a path down here. So it'd be like you're walking in to like a backlit woods area. And these are going to be like the trees overhanging like that. And right here, this is going to be like kind of like a little valley or whatever. And since the light's coming this way, this side is going to be lit a lot brighter than this side. Like this whole bottom part right here, I might just leave it black. But like this side is going to be where pretty much all the color is. So actually, I'm going to start working on that right now. Clean, dry brush. A little cream fraiche. So if this side's gonna be bright, I guess I could probably just use straight cad yellow. Well, no, I'll put a little green into it. So now I'm just going to start picking out branches up here. Man, it kind of sucks working on this side because I have a huge glare off these lights up here, so I have to keep going like this. It's getting kind of annoying. So then right here, you have like a little hangy over type bush. So now I want this to start going backwards. Yeah. This is kind of tough not letting the brush slide. I think I'm going to tilt this up a little bit. Might be a little bit easier for me. I think what I'll do So all I did was I just put a little bit of white on right there, and I'm just kind of tapping it in. Just to make it look like a couple little bright spots are being hit. I'm just going to tap them in so it's not standing out super bright. Looks good. It just kind of helps define like these little ridge lines. Bien. Put in a big tree trunk over here before I forget to do it. Before I forget. So I need to clean off my knife. Yeah, a nighttime one. I mean, I could do like this, pretty much like this exact same one, just different colors, and it would be a nighttime one. You're gonna start doing portraits? Nice, dude. I can't do that for the life of me. So I always like watching people that can do it. When I was going through art school, there was a dude in one of my classes who was going into, what was he going into? I think he was going into the illustration major. And it was like some 101 class, you know, just so you could get 3 credits. And this dude was always doing like really cool stuff with those Prismacolor things. Like really cool stuff. Alright, so I think for this tree, I'm just going to use some Van Dyke and a little dark sienna. Cut off a little roll of paint. And let's make a nice big tree. Maybe you can see a little bit up here. I don't want to be able to see the whole thing. Alright, so then with that, I'm going to grab, I don't have any more white, so I guess I'll use this other light color. Get a little roll of that. Just kind of touch it on here. I'm just touching and going backward. Canvas will pull off what it wants. Right, now we'll go back in with that darker color. Mix in some of this. Grab just a touch of phthalo blue. Pull it out thin, get a little roll of paint. The same thing on this side. Just touch and go toward the center. This just gives it a little bit of reflected light on that back side. Just like that, you have a nice big sturdy tree trunk going up there. Right, now back to the big brush that I was doing all the highlights with. Tap in some more of these. Don't kill all the dark though. And it's real easy to kill all the dark. It's real easy to do. So you gotta be a little careful. Alright, now we got that side. Let's get this back to this way so I can work on this side now. Yeah, I like watching those, like the hyper realistic ones. Those ones are real cool. I don't see how people can do that, man. That's like on a whole different level. So this side, since the light is behind this stuff, it's going to be a lot darker than this side. This is going to be a lot of just green by itself. I might even put a little brown in there to dull it down. I'll grab some of this base coat color, go into green. But the way you load this, you kind of push up on the palette. When you do that, there's a little ridge of paint right there. And the same thing happens on the end of the brush. And that's what you're actually painting with. It's like a little ridge. Alright, so now I'm going to start up here. Put on some leaves. But again, you want to keep these pretty dark. further. So they're more hangy downy. Nice big hangy downy branches. This side of the tree. So this is going to be really, really dark over here. And now I got to do this part of the land. Do that. Just start up here. Now down here you can probably start getting a little bit brighter. So let's go in here and just here and there. Kind of put a couple little brighter spots. Not much brighter either. Because this is still mainly in shadow. So you just always got to pay attention to which way the light's coming from. I'm going to put a little bit of bright on this one little ridge. There we go. Let's put our little path right here. So I'm just going to use a small fan brush for this. I think I'm just going to use some straight Van Dyke brown. you get toward the bottom, make sure that you make this wider than it was up top. Let that fade back into nothing. And in real light, I'm gonna just grab some of this highlight color, just any old thing really. So I have some kind of bright on here. Grab a little titanium white. I don't want to have like a mint green path. I mean, I'm sure if you looked hard enough you could find a mint green path, but I ain't about to look. I have a touch of liquid white too, just so it'll go over this part a little easier. Turn this up again. Much better. Just blend this a little bit. Just doing this because I don't want it to be super bright. So the more you blend it, the darker it'll get, because there's that dark base coat on it to begin with. And then I'm going to take the corner of the brush and just here and there tap some little grassy things down onto the path. It just sets it in there so it doesn't look like it was just kind of laid in. It'll become part of the painting that way. Got this one lone bristle sticking out. That's really, really bugging me. Right, use the other side of the brush. Stupid bristles. Always ruining everybody's good time. There. It just kind of pushes the path into the painting that way. Alrighty. I think we have ourselves a finished painting.